Whether you are new to SEINT or you're a veteran and you've been around since mascara, I'm going to show you guys with the new brushes. This one's my favorite. So I used to give all my clients the Buffy brush to start out, and now I'm back to this one. So this used to be called the 30-second hack brush. It's now called the 3D brush. The SEINT brushes are dense like the mascara brushes were, but they are softer. So I like this one. So this one's more comparable to what I used to use on the blush and bronzer brush that you've seen in my other tutorials. This side is equivalent to this. So I really like this one for applying my all over highlight. And then this side is really great for the contour. So we're back to being able to use one brush for everything, which you could anyway, but I really, really like this one if you get the new brushes, and I do like it more than the Buffy. So I'm gonna show you guys in my palette here, my nice and clean palette. If you're new to this, you're gonna have a main highlight, most likely brightening highlight or some sort of color corrector, and then your contour. I have a little extra because I love all the things, and you can have extra if you love all the things too, and we can talk about that, but I'm gonna show you how to do just the basics. So my main highlight is gonna go all over, and I'm gonna start that. The color I'm using here is Wheat, and if you guys want to start using this, a little bit of product goes a long way. So I put way too much there, but that's okay because when I blend it out, it's gonna go away. But if you wanna get color matched, I can help you with that if you haven't been working with an artist already. And I can do that virtually for free. So there's a link when you go to the drop down at the top of this video. If you open that up, you can click on a link that'll take you straight to my website for color matching. It shows you how I need you to take your selfie and all of that. So now I'm gonna start with this bigger side of the brush. I like to do my under eyes either with another brush or my fingers. So if you just have one brush, use your fingers. And then again, these brushes pick up a little more product than the old ones too. So you really, really have to be cautious of how much you're putting on. And a little bit goes a very, very long way. So I'm barely dipping into my color here. I'm just grazing the top of it and then stippling this color. So this is considered my main highlight. I'm gonna stipple this all over, and this is gonna go on heavier than it's gonna be when I actually blend it out. So we're gonna map it out right now, map out our contour, map out our highlight, and then when we blend them together, that's our foundation. So that's the amazing thing about this line and why it's easy. Creams are easy to work with, but it's why it can be so quick too, and you can have a full face done in less than 5 or 10 minutes once you get the process down, because as long as you're placing these colors in the right place, that's all that matters. And if you go a little heavy or you get something in the wrong place, it's super easy to work with and remove or either blend out. Now that I have this applied all over, I'm gonna flip the brush over and go into this pointier side and dip into my contour here. And this is gonna go on my hairline. And I want this to be dark when it goes on because it blends out really well. So if you go too light right now, you're not gonna see it when you blend it out. It's just gonna disappear. And the reason that we are doing this is because it's gonna warm up the highlight. So the highlight that I just put on is designed to be the closest color to my skin, which you might be going, what the heck, that is yellow. All of our colors are yellow based. There's a couple that are more neutral than others, but since I have some redness in my skin, that yellow base really neutralizes it, and you'll see how beautifully it blends out in just a second. So I brought that around my hairline here, and then I'm gonna bring this right here, the very, very top of my cheekbone. The reason for this is to lift, so I don't want to bring this contour down too low because then it's gonna drag my face down, and I don't want that. Contour is like Spanx for your face. It lifts, it tightens, it creates sculpting, all that stuff. So again, I want it to be dark right now, and then I'm gonna go on my jawline here. If you have jowls, you're gonna wanna go up on the jowl a little bit, not underneath it, because this is gonna help camouflage that a lot better if you go up on it. So the point of contour is to create those shadows. And then just down my neck a little. And then I'm gonna blend this before I go in with my brightening highlight or my nose contour. To blend, I have my Perfector sponge. It's damp, and I'm just going to dab this all over my face. And that created one light seamless layer. So that took off that excess that I don't need and just made this like a second skin. So that's what it wears like, is like a second skin. And you can see why I went dark with the contour, because that blended out really, really well. Now I'm gonna go in and do my nose contour. So using that same pointy side of the brush, this is great for that because you're only gonna get it on the end of your brush, and then just come right up on the bridge of your nose, and you do not need a lot at all. And if you get too much, it's a-okay, because like I said, it's super easy to work with and forgiving. So what you have on this side will basically work like an eraser if you get too much anywhere else. So that's why creams are so easy for all skill levels. If you've never contoured in your life before, you can use this makeup. I have this darn bump here that just makes me crazy. It makes everything so difficult. So I'm bringing this down here, and then a little bit, just connecting it on the end there. I'm gonna fix this. So there, see how easy that was to just blend out on the side where that bump just gave me a little bit of grief. So now I'm gonna go into my brightening highlight, which is a couple shades lighter than that main color I put on first. And I'm gonna put that down the bridge of my nose. And now I'll go into my brush again. Whoops, wrong color. That's okay. And then I'm gonna put this in a pie shape underneath my eyes here. So this is gonna brighten up this area. If you have bags or a lot of creasing, mature skin, then you're not gonna wanna go on top of the bags with this. You're actually gonna wanna start underneath if you do a brightening highlight. And then just on the sides of the nose, a little bit there, in the center of my forehead, in the center of my chin. So now I'll go back to my Perfector sponge and blend this into everything else. And that just brightens up this triangle of light in your face. And that is highlight, contour, one brush, Perfector sponge. And then if you wanted, so I usually recommend when you start out, if you could start out with just highlight, contour, main highlight or illuminator and a blush, and then the brush and the sponge, and that's $105, $104. And then plus tax in US, so it's a little bit different in Canada. And then I always recommend doing a double decker palette. So that's one of these where you can fit all of these colors in the top. So this would be your highlight, main highlight, contour, blush, illuminator. You can fit so much, and there's actually one that's a little bit smaller than this. And then you can fit more here. So even if you have you don't fill the whole thing, you'll have room to add stuff later. So when you're going through the process and you're checking out and adding colors to your cart, you're gonna see a credit builder for your compact to put all of your colors in. So you can use that credit if a bigger compact costs $25 and you have a $15 credit, then you're only paying $10 for a $25 compact. If you go with just the 4 colors, then you're gonna build enough credit to get the compact that just those 4 colors would fit in. So that's a nice feature that they kind of changed to when they switched from mascara to SEINT. Rather than giving you a free compact with however many colors you get, you build that credit in case you wanna get a bigger compact. So I usually recommend the 2-layer, like I said, even if you have room to grow, but you can add a bronzer to that, you can add the setting powder to that, you could add some eyeshadows to that, and just have everything in this one nice, neat little compact. And I mean, this is literally everything you would need to do your entire face. And it's travel friendly because it's so compact. It's not liquid, so it gets through TSA if you're going on a plane with carry-on. I mean, there's so many benefits. So if you guys want to get started and you haven't been working with an artist already, please feel free to visit my link, DM me, reach out, leave a comment, and I would be super happy to virtually color match you for free from anywhere in the US or Canada. And we'll do that from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to leave. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, guys. That's the foundation. You can catch other videos that show eyeshadow, blush, bronzer, eyebrows, I mean, all the things. So just look through my channel for those and have a great day.